Hello guys, this is the Mr. Epic Gamers HD bringing you another video on FIFA 16, and this time around we're going to be doing one of the newest episodes on my channel, and that's going to be career mode. And as you can see guys, I have chose Arsenal to be manager of, so I hope you guys are happy with this. The reason I chose Arsenal is because they've got more money to spend, and obviously the match difficulty we're going to be playing on is going to be legendary, and we are going to be going into the Champions Cup just to make it a little bit more realistic to the actual real life situation. As I say, Arsenal are a really decent team, obviously the top of the Premier League at the moment, and they're one of them teams that have got a lot of money and they still have youngsters, so they've still got a lot of potential and they've still got enough money to bring players in, and obviously they've still got a few players that they can get rid of. And as you can see guys there, we had a pretty strong group there. There was Barcelona and Bayern Leverkusen, and I can't remember the other team guys, I'm sorry. But yeah, so obviously it's now starting to be manager of Arsenal. I hope that's going to be something that you guys enjoy. I don't really know when they're going to be, when the episodes are going to start coming out, obviously how long I'm going to be leaving it to try and get my other episodes out as well, because as you've seen already there's been a few. But yeah, so moving on to this, obviously we've got pre-season invitation, so obviously this one we are going to be choosing the highest ones, like the highest potential prize money. So if we do get to the final, that's the amount that we'll get. Obviously the more money we get, the more transfers we can bring in. So moving on then guys, obviously just onto the emails here. The board are wanting us to buy an attacking midfielder, and I don't think that's necessary. Like I say, we've got Ozil, Cazorla, Walcott can play there, Chamberlain could also play there as if needed. So it's not really a possibility. I think the possibility is going to be either a new striker, probably a new centre defensive mid, and I'd say definitely a centre-back. Mertesacker, obviously he's good in real life, but on here I don't really rate him that well. So that's probably a player that we'll look at getting rid of in this transfer window. Obviously along with a few players that are on the reserve bench at the moment. There are probably a few players that we need to get rid of, just to bring in that extra bit of money, just to bring in them extra few players that will help us out. So moving on, obviously here's a centre back, Varane, a really decent player. Another centre back, John Stones, and another centre back, Kurt Zouma. Obviously these three will be replacing Mertesacker. Maybe put Mertesacker up for part exchange, and obviously as you saw there guys, John Stones for 14 million they want, and Real Madrid want 25 million, and Kurt Zouma, Chelsea don't really want to let him go, so we're gonna go for Varane, mainly because he's one of the, I don't know, I feel like he's a better player, and so we're just gonna try and offer. We're gonna obviously put up the man. What's his name? Mertesacker, that's the one. So we're going to be putting Mertesacker up, and we're going to offer 8 million. So obviously that's 20 million. So hopefully they Real Madrid bite on that. So obviously moving on to the changing the players around. Obviously we know that Czech's now out injured, so we're going to have to put the youngster in because Ospina's now on international break. So that's done us over a little bit, guys. So moving on to this game, obviously it shouldn't be that hard of a game, to be honest. As you can see, they aren't really a well-known team. They're not a known team at all, to be honest. Obviously over here in England, obviously it's just going to be a team that we should win. Obviously as you can see there, Ramsey running away to Ozil, to Coquelin, into Giroud, back over to the youngster Campbell. Campbell tries to play it back in, but it doesn't work out. But we do win the ball back, but it is a foul. So obviously, as you can see, guys, we can get the passes together, but we're just not being able to break away. So we don't win the headers at the back as well. That's another thing I noticed. we don't win the headers at the back. So obviously we need a strong, tall centre back. And obviously either if we do get Stones in, if we do get Varane in, they're going to be the two players that do it for us. So obviously Giroud here tries to get past his man, plays in Ozil, but Ozil just tries, he just doesn't get past his man quick enough. So Theo Walcott into Ramsey here, and Ramsey tries to go for a shot but gets blocked yet again. Obviously, as you can see guys, we're not being able to get them shots away. So here we go, Walcott tries and obviously it gets blocked again. This team isn't a good team, it's just the fact that they're playing too defensive. So obviously because they know they're the weaker team in the game, they play more defensively than they would attacking. So they've got more people back, and yeah, so obviously we get through here. Ozil, as usual, makes it look easy, and what an absolute finish there. Ozil was one of the men that I thought would perform for Arsenal, and as you saw, it was a poor pass by Giroud, but Ozil manages to pick up his man, gets the ball off him, shoots and scores. So obviously these go on the counter attack here. Bellerin just totally misses the ball, like he chips it over him. So obviously the youngster keeper punches it out, great save there, and then the defender blocks it. So obviously to say he's only like 50-60 rated, he did make some tremendous saves in this game. So obviously we do get a breakaway over to Ozil, through to Campbell. Campbell's going to be one of these players that for me that's going to be playing near enough, not every game, but will be in most games. And as you can see there guys, Valencia drew, Borussia Dortmund drew with Barcelona, so that was 1-1. Obviously that was at half time. So now moving on, obviously we kick off, so it is 1-0. So that's near enough straight from the break. They managed to get a chance in, but they don't score it, so luckily we get away. But they do win a corner, and here keeper punches out, falls back to the corner taker, he whips it back in, but the keeper just manages, I think he tips it over here, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, he tips it over there, so obviously they get another chance. And obviously they do exactly the same thing, but this time the player lashes onto it, and somehow the keeper didn't manage to save that. I don't know how, but unfortunately, just the way the game ran. So obviously the game ended 1-1, and there you can see Valencia won 2-1, Barcelona won 3-2, and Juventus beat Atletico 4-0. Some great results there. So moving on to the emails again, just to see if we got some transfer news. And obviously Varane, they didn't accept it. They didn't want Mertesacker. Mertesacker wasn't a player that they were really interested in. So obviously here we just offer 18 million. So we offer a bit lower of what the original was, obviously with Mertesacker. So we'll see if they bite on that one. Obviously they've got more money then, instead of a player and a little bit of cash. They've got more money to spend on a player, so they're more likely to take that offer. So hopefully that's going to be something that they do take, because otherwise it's just not going to work out for us. So moving the team around, obviously I didn't really like that formation, so we're going to change the formation to a 4-3-3 attack, which this is more appropriate for this team. Obviously we're going to bring Giroud, obviously we're just going to leave him up top, bring Chamberlain in for Campbell, and we can't change our keeper, so we're going to bring obviously Cazorla in there, and then we're going to swap Cazorla and Ozil, so Cazorla gets a chance up top and Ozil will play centre mid with Wilshere. So obviously we have changed the team around a little bit, just to see where it can get us to, and see how it gets us to perform, see if we get there well, and hopefully it's something that will work out. So as you can see here guys, obviously we start off well, we just start passing the ball around, trying to make the moves, trying to make just the ball do the work instead of us having to do the work. So obviously just the passing play, Cazorla's come in, obviously fake shot there, plays it in, plays it to Giroud, manages to get it to Ozil, but unfortunately Ozil puts it wide. Obviously, this team isn't a strong team at all. They managed to keep the ball in there. They do run forward. They do play the ball here and there. But they didn't have chances in this game. They've not had many chances at all. So obviously Ozil there takes it round his player, touches it and takes it past the second player, but the second player just manages to clip him, takes him down, so we do get a free kick. And this, guys, is where it gets a little bit exciting, because we've got a major amount of free kick takers, but we do fake shot it here. We lay it off to Chamberlain, and then Chamberlain has a shot, and obviously he's just come in for Campbell to just to rotate the team around, and he manages to get a goal. That finish was unbelievable. Like, the defence didn't even react to him running, and then he managed to just get a shot away freely. It just curled around the defender, and by the looks of it, the keeper didn't even get a look in. So playing it here, just passing it around. This is the Arsenal that obviously we see every time they play in real life. They like to pass the ball. So Cazorla here goes on the break. He has a shot, but as you just see, it just goes wide. So unfortunately, Cazorla is just obviously coming. And at half time, Barcelona drawing with Atletico. I think that was Juventus that were winning, and Valencia were also winning. So obviously we're winning as well. So that also puts us in a good position. Like, that's a game that I'd like to. Obviously, this is the game that I'd like to be at the top of the, or at least second. So obviously, as you just saw by the stats there, guys. Obviously, we are dominating, even though it's on legendary, but this team's nowhere near decent enough to get a high percentage of possession. We just played really well. We're just passing the ball around, making them do the running instead of us having to do the running. So obviously sloppy passing by them. We do win the ball back, but we do lose it again. They run forward, obviously, but then they stop and then turn back. So obviously they've not got no attacking at all. So we're just picking the balls up for when no one's there, when they should be. So obviously attacking through here, Ozil plays it into Walcott. Walcott, who tries to play it into Giroud, but the defender manages to get a clip on. So obviously they go running through on the break here. Lovely through ball, but Gabriel just picks it up and just knocks it out, just to tidy up, just to make it for certain that we are going to win the game. So obviously we are only winning 1-0, guys. That's the only other thing. That's something that we probably need to look at. Probably need to look at a new keeper. Not a new keeper. Probably need to look at a new striker. Someone who we know that will gain us goals every game, or at least try and do something with the game. Obviously Giroud, you've not really seen in this game. Like, he's not really had any chances at all. The guy that scored, obviously Chamberlain, scored the goal for me. So we're going to do a few substitutions. We're going to swap Ozil with Cazorla, and then we're going to bring Rosicky on for Ozil. And that's going to be the only sub, guys, because I feel like everyone else has thrown out what they should be. Like, I feel like they've been doing well. Don't get me wrong, I feel like Ozil's done well, but there was no more chances. And as you saw, we won 1-0, Barcelona won 3-1, Juventus won 4-0, and Valencia won 2-0. So obviously, after them two games, guys, we are second with 4 points, Valencia are top with 6 points. And as you can see here, we haven't had an email back about Varane at all. So obviously we're just going to simulate and see if we can get it. So, there we have it. They have accepted the offer. So, this is where it gets a little bit risky. We are going to offer 110 for his salary, and we're going to put him as an important squad role. So, it's all down now to Varane and his agent to accept. So hopefully that's a player that we're going to be able to bring in, and then we can just sell either Mertesacker or trade him maybe for John Stones. So we do get a few offers here for Olivier Giroud, but as of yet I don't really want to sell him due to the fact of, otherwise I wouldn't. Obviously there is Welbeck, but there's no other cover for Welbeck if I sell Giroud. So it's going to be something that we're just going to have to look look into. So obviously we do reject a 16.5 million offer. Don't get me wrong, that is a decent offer for that player, but I feel like we would be able to get a bit more for him. So moving on to transfers, looking at players who we're going to get rid of. Arteta, he won't get a game, so there's no point in keeping him here. Flamini, I don't see him making the team either, and Mertesacker, I definitely don't see him making the team. So they're 3 players, guys, that we're going to be able to make money on. So that's probably what an easy 20-30 mil there. That's going to be going into our account to make more signings, and obviously just a few youngsters that are there we're just going to let go, go out on loan, go to obviously lower teams to bring out the potential. But if there is anyone that you want me to sign, guys, then please let me know, and please subscribe, like and comment. Cheers, guys.